Good morning. Welcome to the pre-market live show. It is Wednesday, December 11th, and let's see how the market's looking this morning. Microsoft's down a little bit, Nvidia is actually up, and Google is up. Meta is up a little more flat. Amazon's barely up. Tesla's up, and Apple is just down a hair. So there you go with them bad boys. Let's get cruising and see what's going on. All information presented here is for educational and informational purposes only. It's not intended as financial advice. So always do your due diligence. How is everybody this morning? Laptop Travel, W. Lewis Rodriguez, Bong Pri Chan, Stealth Trading. How are you guys, Stealth Trader, and everybody else hopping on? Let's go ahead, look at our Jolie's jumpers, and we'll hop into our laptop lowdowns and a bunch of other ones. Let me know what you guys want to see. As a matter of fact, I know there's three of them that you guys want to see. Let's look at them right off the bat so I don't forget. And let me cruise through and TMDX. Let me look at that one. TMDX for Miss Magdonian. Let's see, TMDX's Transmedics group way down here flat. I like it down here. And this one's actually looking like a pretty good setup right here. Let me take a look at it this morning. And it is down here. It is the 11th, 67.20. Yesterday it ran 70.51 or 70.50 to 72.57, and it got down to 65. Did it say 65.78? It's at 67.20 right now. And let's see what's going on with this bad boy. It does look like it's trying to set up and curl up here. I would keep an eye on this TMDX. That looks pretty good right there. I like it. And that one is looking good. Laptop Travel wanted to look at a few of them. AIO and S or UBot. So let's look at AIO real quick. That's Vertius Artificial Intelligence and Technology Opportunities Fund. And this one is pulling back. It was in the top. It had been running up. I would let it pull back a little bit right there, Laptop Travel. Let it come down to that line. We'll see what it wants to do right there. And that line's down here at like 23. We'll say 23.90, just under 24 to 24.80. So let that one pull back a hair. And the other one was UBot. UBOT. And this one is we look at the Daily Robotics Artificial Intelligence and Automation Index Bull Index. And this one is was topped out too. We knew it was running up the other day. It's just coming down a little bit. It's making really good support right there, 25.01, and it looks like it's at about 25. Actually, it came down 24.80 right now, so it came under that support. Oh wait, no, I'm lying. That's the other one, Ubot. Let me put that in mind. Here we go. It did 25.11, so it is coming down right to that support. Like I said, that 25.05 area, and it might even come back down into the 24.50s right there. But this one's really building up nice and super bullish, so we'll keep an eye on that. We do look at that one, you bought, but I think you might have a little more pullback. It's hitting the line right now, so we'll see today. I'll take a look at it. Doesn't look like it's doing anything this morning. Could be down a little bit of anything. That was yesterday's date, so doesn't look like they're doing anything to me yet. But yeah, I think both of them have a little bit of pullback, and then they'll get set up right there. So there you go with them. And let me go find the Jolie's jumpers real quick so we can rock and roll through them bad boys. And here we go with Agrify. Let's see if that one was trying to base out. It looked like it was trying to yesterday, and it looks like it is. It's just slowly going down, but nothing too crazy, AGFY. And I do think it's trying to make that base, and we'll crawl back up. And let's look at BFRI. BFRI. Here we go. Let me see this one. Biofrontera. And this one is curling up a little bit. BFRI. Let me see. Today it did run up 167 to 170. Came back down to 97 at some point. Maybe that was in the beginning because it's at 114 now. But maybe it did just dip down to 97 and it's sitting at 114. So another one just ran up early in the morning and already pulling back there. BLNK, let's see what that's doing this morning. Blink charging. It is setting up right there. It did run up a little bit yesterday, just a little healthy pullback. Let me see. It looked like it ran up, then a little healthy pullback. It's in between that channel, like we said. It probably will pull back in that channel a little bit, but it's looking good to set up. So Keep your eye on BLNK and CDIO. This one's been a huge runner. We were super early on it, and I know it was up in the after hours yesterday. Where's it at? It's only at 113. It was up to 137. It's at 113 now. It could be trying to top out up there, but that was a massive runner right there. CHSN. Let's see what that's doing. Chanson International, CHSN. Here we go. And this one did run up, what, 2 days ago. Yesterday, it was just kind of pulling back a little bit. So we'll have to see. It does kind of look like it wants to run up more. So we'll keep an eye on that CHSN. That could be another one that runs up. DJT, let's see, down a little bit this morning. But I'm telling you, this thing's getting set up and is going to get moving relatively soon. So keep your eye on that one. You can see it getting set up right here, and it is going to get cruising probably next week, it looks like. And then DRUG, let me type it in right. DRUG, this thing is going to be on drugs again. It's just setting up and making that base down here at that 37 area. And could have been its bottom yesterday, 36.58. This is, or 2 days ago. And yesterday it got down to 37.29. It is looking pretty good. It is going to get set up and it's going to run again. So drug is crazy. DXYZ, we look at this one, it's at back up $2 and it does want to stay in the top there. DXYZ, let's see, 64.21, opened at 63.22, and it is going back up into the top right there. So that's DXYZ and FAAS. I know we looked at that recently, and let's see what it's up to this morning. It looked like it ran up yesterday. Let me see. Um, it's run up the last three kind of trading days. Yesterday it was trying to move, got to 77 to 81, but came down to 63. It's at 70, it looks like, right now. You have to keep an eye on this one, FAAS. That's an interesting one. It looks like it's trying to set up and then it just pull back a little bit. So I'll look at that. FEIM, Frequency Electronics. This one's just pulling back right here. Let me see what it did in the after hours, or today it actually 1689 to 1739. What is it? Looks like I'm looking at two different charts here. I have no idea what's going on with this thing. I'll just go with mine, and it ran up yesterday and looks pretty good today. I can't really tell though. FEIM, just little weird on the charts right there. GXAI, let's see what that's up to. That was running up the other day for us, and it was running up yesterday as well. It got up to four, it opened at 447, got up to 750, and it came back down to 340, or what? No, I'm sorry. It opened yesterday at 560, got up to 664, and its low is 522, and it closed at 566. And the day before that, it was the 447 to 750. So there you go with that one. So yeah, today it is trying to get moving a little bit. It is running up, not as high as it went yesterday, but it is moving, and it doesn't look terrible, but it is at the top, so it probably will want to come back down. And that's GXAI. HUT. I think crypto is going to look a little better now. And like I was saying, Bitcoin looked like it was squeezing between that 30 and 10 and will start to pop up. That'll pull them all up. And HUT doesn't look too bad, catching on that 20 right there at 26.20, and looks like it wants to make that base and try to curl up, curl back up. So that's HUT and LAES. LAES. Let's look at that one. I think that one popped way up there. Let's see what it did. It was running up yesterday. I did see it 42 to 85 yesterday, and this morning 93 to 164. It's at 115. So keep an eye on that one. It might have just hit that top area and might be coming back down, but keep an eye on it. It's in semiconductor. It could get moving again. LAES. I know we looked at this before, and that was a perfect setup right there. LIPO. Let's see what that's up to right here. LIPO is Lapella. And let me see what it's doing. Let me type it in here. LIPO. It's right between that channel, but does look like it wants to get up over that 50 at 307 and start moving again, guys. So keep an eye on this one because it does look like it wants to get cruising. And that's LIPO. And Mind Technology ran up right there, got into the top. Is that this morning or yesterday? I know it was running yesterday. 419 to 552 yesterday. This morning, 511 to 558. It's at 484 right now. So I knew it did run up yesterday, but it did kind of run up as well, and that was in the after hours. MIND ran yesterday in the after hours. It's running up a little bit more today. So there you go at MIND and QMCO. Let's see what Quantum Corp's doing this morning. I think that one we were saying looked pretty good. I know we went through them all. I just don't remember exactly which ones, but QMCO 2281. It looks like it is moving this morning. Opened at 2201 and got up to 25. So it's at 2281. It did run up this morning, and that's QMCO. And QSI, let's see what that one's doing. That's at Quantum SI Incorporated, and that one ran way up there. QSI. So take a look at this because it's in the top and it's topping out there, but it had some great run up the last 3 days. So that's QSI. And let's see, QUBT is another one. This one just kind of pulling back, hitting that line, but has been running up. Let's see what it's doing this morning. It's 760 to 763 and did pull back. It's at 721 right now. So we'll see that one have to pull back a little bit. RDZN. Roadzen. Let's see what this is up to. It was running yesterday, RDZN, it looks like. Anyway, yesterday it was what was that? 165 to 267, and today 250, but came down to 215. It's at 221 right now, and that's RDZN. Not looking too bad there. That RGTI has been a monster. It's up some more. It's at 730 this morning, so this thing just keeps running up. And we were definitely early on that. I know Laptop Travel had some options on that bad boy and is loving them. Rivian, this one ran up for us. It's just pulling back. It's still in the top a little bit, but let's see. I think it's gonna stay set up and try to continue up. It has to pull back, so we'll see how much it pulls back. Watch for better pricing on Rivian, and then it'll start to cruise again. RMSG is that real messenger, and this one was getting real close there yesterday. RMSG, and it is just about to touch the line right there. That is today at 198 to $2, back to 173. Yesterday it did run 171 to 250, so it did pop up a little bit yesterday, and it is hitting that line right there, trying to crawl up. So keep an eye on that. We'll see what it wants to do. SATL, this thing was a beast, and it looks like it wants to stay in the top up here. So SATL, again, we need some of them Satellogic in New Jersey. I'm telling you, it's crazy with all these drones flying around every night. It's more and more every night. It's wild. No one knows what the hell's going on. So this thing, I don't know what they do, but they're aerospace and defense. We need some of them right now. And this one is basing out and trying to go back up into the top. So, and when I say basing out, I don't mean like I'm making a real base. It's just basing out because it was pulling back and it still wants to stay in the top. So that's SATL, and that's a beast right there. Sezzle, SEZL. We've been looking at, and we're going to find that bottom because this one's going to be a great one and run way back up again. It's at 327. It recently got up to what, like into the 475s or something. So yeah, it's pretty wild. It can run up a lot. So definitely going to watch for that one. SEZL, SFIX, Stitch Fix. This one looks like it did run up today. SFIX. Let's see. SFIX. It ran up yesterday as well, 473 to 624, and then this morning 559 to 576. It's at 563. It don't look bad at all. Looks like it wants to stay up there and run in the top. SFIX. SOS. Let's look at this one. SOS is just pulling back down here, and I know we looked at it recently That is yesterday's date, 850, and it came back down. That's where it opened, 850, and it closed at 790, but came down to 761. And its bottom was down here at like 651, and its bottom the other day was down here at 719. So we'll keep an eye on this SOS. It's down there trying to set up. And STRL took a nice dip yesterday, and I think you're going to see a good setup on this one. So keep an eye on it. It's up a dollar again. SXTP is at 60 degrees pharmaceuticals. This was running up there into the top yesterday. And let's see, yeah, it did run up yesterday quite a bit, 161 to 310. And today it's 190 and back down to 149. It's at 158. So that's SXTP, and that one might be pulling back at the moment. SYM, this one was looking good. I know we were looking at this one. And let's see what it's doing here. SYM. And it might be oh, this one's still setting up down here. That's why it tried to run up yesterday. It's still hitting that 50. Just let it set up and it'll get moving. That's SYM and TNMG. Let's see what that's doing. That's had a couple big run-ups recently, and it did on December 6th, and yesterday it did 33. Well, actually, it where did it open at? It closed on December 9th. It closed on what, Monday? It closed at 16 and opened up at 33 yesterday and then came back down to 11. It's at 15. I mean, this thing's all over the place. So take a look at this thing because it runs everywhere. And I'm not exactly sure what direction it wants to go, but I'll have to take a look at that one. TNL, or no, TNMG. It's called TNL Metagene or something, Media Gene, and it is a Japan company advertising, and that one running all over the damn place. WKEY. Let's look at Wise Key International, and this one looks like it did run up there. WKEY. And yesterday it was running up, and today it is 237 to 274, and it is sitting at 265, not looking bad. And zone we went over, and it was in the zone yesterday. It was moving up there. It is let's see what it's up to. That's today's date. Yesterday it popped up in the after hours. It ran up to that 239. And today it opened at 225 and it came down to 156. It's at 161. So again, unless you sold it in that pop in the after hours yesterday or got up early at 4 a.m., you pretty much missed that opportunity. So, and this one's at $1.61 right now. It did pop off at that 120 area, so it still wasn't. I mean, it's considered a small cap penny, but it is not exactly 9 cents, and these things do run up fast and come back down. So there you go, your Jolie's jumpers. Thank you, Asian Jolie. Greatly appreciate them. And let me find the laptop lowdowns real quick and roll through them bad boys and see what they're up to. Here we go. I think I found them. MYSZ. Let's see what that's doing real fast. MYSZ. That one is pulling back. I know that one. I've seen it a few times. It's been running in that channel the other day and yesterday. So this one's going to get set up for sure. MYSZ, ABP. This one was down there trying to set up, and keep an eye on this thing because I think it was running around yesterday. Let me see what it did yesterday on mine. And it did 177 to 178, came down to 155, but closed at 178. I know I saw it. And that bottom was 141. I'm telling you, that thing's setting up ABP, and that one's going to move AGFY. We did APLM, Apollo mix, Mike's. This one's pulling back, but setting up really, really good. So, guys, keep an eye on this thing because it is going to get blasting off relatively soon. And that's APLM and BHIL. Let's see what Benson Hill's up to. It's finally curling back up. It hit the bottom. We've been looking at it for a while, pull back. And now it's starting to move yesterday, 252 to 281. It's at 273. And keep an eye on that BHIL because it wants to move. You're going to see that one cruising, BIOR. Let's see this one. This one's pulled back down there. Let me see what it did here. And it did have a nice dip yesterday, 131 down to 53 and closed at 55. Definitely a dip and rip situation there. Keep an eye on it. That's BIORCETX. Let's see what Semtrex is up to. I know it ran up the other day, and let's see what it's doing now. Let me take a look. Today it's at 340. It got up to 348, and that's where it's at. And yesterday 377 down to 321 and closed at 330. So it did go up a little bit, and it is moving back up. Still in the basement, trying to curl up. Just keep your eye on it. We had that one run up. I think you could have another one. CRKN still in the basement down here and trying to get set up. So keep your eye on that. December 11th, it is 24 to 27 and back to 23, and it's at 24 where it opened. So it did run up to 27, and it's trying to get set up here, trying to get curled through, and that's CRKN. And take a look at DSY. Let's see what DSY is doing. Big Tree Cloud Holdings, and this one's just kind of pulling back. DSY, it ran up what the other day. Yesterday it wasn't bad, 350 to 386, back down and closing at 335. So that one's just running around as it sets up, guys. So that one you can watch the setup. LOCL, local bounty corp, way down here. This one's going to be a good one. And it looks like it just bottomed out yesterday, so keep an eye on that LOCL. That one should be good. NEHC, New Era Helium, big dips right there from over $12 down to 5. And what is it? An NEHC. I don't know if we ever looked at it, but yesterday it did do a lot of running. 1180 to 1497, down to 468, closed at 540. And today it is sitting at 560 up to 595, down to 461, and it's at 505 now. So that thing's running around like crazy. And take a look at that one. NEHC. That one's wild. NME. Oh, let me see. NMHI is Nature's Miracle. And let's see, we were just looking at it. It did run up recently for us as we were looking at it yesterday. It was, or 2 days ago. Yesterday, 268 to 270 and back down. But again, it did run up. We were just looking at it and it popped up. We'll see if it wants to set back up. PIK, Kid Pick Corp. Let's see what this is doing right here. PIK. And this one yesterday pulled back 230 to 257 and down to 225, and that's where it closed. So I'll have to keep an eye on that, see what it wants to do. PIK, PRFX. Pain reform. This one had recently run up like crazy and is pulling back, obviously, after them kind of run ups. So just watch this one. It looks like it's curling through, going down. So we'll just keep an eye on that. And SOBR, let's see what this one's doing. This one's getting to be in the right spot, guys. SOBR. So take a look at it. Nice dip yesterday. 504 down to 434. It's at 445 right now, and I'd expect it to roll off and try to get cruising. So keep an eye on that. It was in a perfect spot, and that's probably a dip and rip for it. So SOBR, keep an eye on it. SOWG is at so good, and this thing is going to get so good. It should anyway. SOWG, it's curled through. It made its bottom down here yesterday. It did go 292 to 295, back to 281, and its bottom's at like 282. So it was coming back close to it, and it's just bouncing around. But I'm telling you, this thing's going to get set up. It's still in the basement, looking weird. And you know, one day you're just going to wake up and it's going to be well over 100% there. SOWG. And VS versus systems. This one's setting up. It had a little healthy pullback. I did see this running up the other day, and yesterday 207 back to 175, closed at 190, but still looking good as it sets up. And XCUR. We haven't looked at that in a little while. Let's see what that's doing. That one looks like it's just pulling back after it had run up there. And let's see. We'll just let that get set up. It has some nice support down here at the 16. It's an 18 land. And it did touch down there just the other day. Let's see. Yesterday, actually, it touched that 16. So watch for them dips right there on XCUR and XHG. Let's see what Exchange Tech Inc. ADR or something like that. It's a China company's doing, and it was trying to run up there. Let me see right here, XHG, and it did run up 2 days ago. Yesterday, 192 to 198, back to 153. So it might have topped out for this little run and setting back up. So we'll keep an eye on that XHG, and it could be setting back up. And there you go with your laptop lowdowns. Thank you, Laptop Travel, for them bad boys. Let me know if anybody else wants to see anything this morning, real quick. And CDIO was definitely a cruiser right there, and it's up to 112. And again, it still looks like it's trying to run up into the top. And as crazy as Luis Rodriguez sounds, PLTR could go even higher if added to the NASDAQ 100 on Friday. Last month, they transformed its stock from the New York Stock Exchange to the NASDAQ exchange, and the company says it anticipates on meeting eligibility criteria. And what a run, and I can't disagree with you. Luis Rodriguez, I'm telling you, that's why that chart had never looked bad, and I kept warning you guys not to short this thing because it will catch you off your toes. And if obviously it'll dip back, but if you're not selling it quick enough and it goes back up, you're going to get toasted on that thing. So, and I mean, you're talking big movements it's having. So I agree 100%. And it came out of the top and it looks like it's trying to curl back up to go back up higher. So there you go. I can't disagree with you on that one. That's for sure. PLTR is an animal right there. And NIVF, let's see, NIVF. That new Gen LVF group in Taiwan is moving this morning, huh? This is one that we had looked at before. If I could type today, NIVF. And it is moving there, 46 to 104. It's at 78. So there you go. Let's see what the market's up to this morning. And like I said, it will just go right through them. Nvidia's up a little, Google's up. They all look pretty good. At the moment, Apple might be down a hair, and so is Microsoft, but nothing crazy. And yeah, we'll take a look at these real quick. Let's look at our SPY. It's at 603.52. It's up 72 cents. And again, it actually looks like it curled through going down, and it's going to make that curl up. And yesterday was that nice pullback for it. So again, this thing is super, super bullish, and it's not dipping hard. And it did. It curled through to make some more room, and it's going to just continue its way up there. So that's the SPY right there, and it should go up. I mean, it could pull back today, honestly, the way it looks, but who knows? I mean, this thing has been cruising, and these things have been running up so much that and getting into the top and running like they're crypto. So it's hard to tell. Like Apple, for example, still in the top at 247. It's down 20 cents. It could still run up a little bit more today. AAPL. So, but that one we knew was running up like a monster. Amazon, we caught that run. It's at 225, and it looks like it's going to crawl back up into the top up here. It never really came down. It just kind of hugged that line and looks pretty good. So that one looks good for today. Google, what a monster. It was up even more earlier, but it looks like it's just kind of hitting that flat area. But Apple did the same thing the other day. I could see this thing flattening out and just shooting back up even higher. And it is still up, like I said, just jumped up 70 to 187.24. And that is Google, GOOG. But again, this thing, it looks like it shot up a little bit. I know it was up to 189 this morning, and it could easily get up to that 190 area. So if it gets up to that 190, it might shoot off even higher. So keep an eye on it because it was touching it, and Google had that crazy news, and it looks like it wants to run up there. And I'm excited for it too, to be honest with you. So we'll keep an eye on that. And Meta's back up $1.26, and I'm telling you, this thing's curling back up, and Zuck's got something going on. I'm telling you, it's been crazy right there. That chart's been looking good. Microsoft's trying to curl back up. I wouldn't exactly trust it. Let it pull back and set back up, and it'll be a much better setup. And Nvidia seems to be up today. And again, I will say, watch for that bounce. I think yesterday was at the bottom right there, and I think Nvidia will get set up, and you'll start to see it moving relatively soon. So that is NVDA. So we'll see if that one wants to get cruising. And of course Tesla, that one was up another $5, and I'm telling you, this thing could run right up over 416 at this point and keep on cruising. So Tesla's in the top of cruising, and they all are just looking good right there. And again, it looks pretty flat, but halfway decent this morning. Nothing too crazy. Let's look at the scanner, see what's going on over here. That LAES, RZL, RZLV, resolve. That one's trying to move up. That CADL. Remember, we were looking at this one just recently. This was definitely on our list. This one just went crazy today. $5 to 14, and it's sitting at 12.59. So there you go with that one. We are definitely looking at CADL. SMX is looking good to try to curl up. Remember, that was that security company we were looking at, and that one's looking decent. That RGTI's ran way up there. Buru's looking good to try to run back up. AEHL pulling back. SLXN, that was just on our list as well. I know that was on our laptop list right there, and that one's cruising up. So keep an eye on that one. It went 303 to 535. I'm telling you, all these guys we've been looking at. XTIA just pulling back a little bit. Let me see what that chart looks like. Hold on. XTIA. Let me see real fast. Just dragging that bottom right there. And I'm telling you, this thing's going to get set up and get cruising, guys. So it's just taking its good old time. And that MSTZ is that against the micro strategy. And I'd be real careful with that, too. So that one looks like it's pulling back, had like one day of running up, and that was about it. And ABVC is setting up. We'll have to keep an eye on that one. Let's see what else is happening here. SMCI, just a little bit of pullback. We're watching that. Zone, we know. Rhyme was up a little bit. That's trying to set up. And ICU is pulling back. Remember that one? That was a good runner before. And speaking of MicroStrategy, let's see what that's doing here. And that is, I can't even think of it. Why can't I just went blank here? I'll just type it in MicroStrategy. Holy cow! Why can't I think? What is MicroStrategy? Why did I just go completely blank? Um, hold on. MSTR. That's it. MSTR. Couldn't even think of it. That one is just kind of pulling back, but yesterday kind of looks like it bottom, and it looks like it will jump back up over that 20 right there, and it'll get booming. So watch for it to get up to that 389. It's at 381 right there. So that will be looking good, and I think crypto will be looking good. Let's look at it real quick. And yeah, Bitcoin's at 98,000. That's up this morning. So that's looking decent. And again, it's getting pinched in between that 20 and 30. It wants to shoot it up. So if it does, everything will go up with it. Ethereum's at 3,730, and that one's looking a little bit better this morning as it's trying to make a base in between that channel right there as well. And Ripple's at 236 and trying to move back up there. So Ripple's looking much better after some good news yesterday. So watch for Ripple to try to get ripping again. Cardano's back to 105, and that one was touching down at the 10 and or the 30. Wait, that was the 30. Yeah, that was touching the 30, making a base in between that channel, looking good. Doge is back to 40. It was down at 39, and that one's touching the 30, and the 10's coming down. So we'll keep an eye on that. Should be making a base right there on Doge. And Chainlink's up to 23. Sheeb is up, and I'm telling you, this one, I'm telling you, is trying to get set up. It was trying to before, and it's getting right in between that in that channel right there, bouncing off the 30. That one wants to start moving again. Let's look at our WIF and see what that's doing real quick. WIF, that one's up at 14 cents to 296, and it is just a little pullback trying to set up. I think yesterday was probably its bottom. So it looks like yesterday was its bottom on them dips. And so we should be pretty good to try to start moving again on crypto. And that's a nice sign. I was looking at it late last night. Bonk is up a little bit. And again, it's trying to make that base. Looks like yesterday was its bottom right there. So that's a good look for crypto, and that's nice to see. So there we go with that. And then Mara and Riot and all them guys will probably be looking good. Mara's up a little bit, and Riot's really set up, guys. It's setting up to blast off. So keep your eyes on them. And let's see what else. RNG. Let's see what that was doing. That one is having a weird look up there. Let me see. I know I wrote that down. It's at 41.30 and not doing anything yet. And QSI I wrote down, and that is up 47 cents. So there you go. We knew that was going to be moving. What's that JTAI up to this morning? That's down a little bit and still in the basement. So I had that nice run up yesterday, but I think that's going to stay set up. So keep an eye on that. And there you go. I would say that would be a pretty good pre-market review right there. And yeah, that CADL is a monster. I'm telling you, that thing, we were just looking at it and it's run up way over 100% there. So there you go with that one. And there you go with our Wednesday pre-market. Thank you everyone for tuning in, and make sure you trade smart and lock in your profits. Have a great day, everyone. Laptop Travel, thank you for your laptop lowdowns, and Asian Joe Lee for your Joe Lee's jumpers. W. Lewis Rodriguez, East Coast Beach Girl, and Bong Pri-chan, Sherry, Valeria, Keys 41, Life Lag, Dwight, Lynn, Nettie, who's at Nettie Johnson, how are you? And Air Trout, how's it going there? Everyone, like I said, have a great day. Lock in those profits and trade smart. Let's see if Google can run up some more. Let's see where it's at. It's up 63 cents, and I'm expecting it to run up into the top, especially with that news. It's pretty crazy news right there. So watch for Google to continue to run up, and let me know if you guys want to see anything. Let me look at the messages real quick, because Luis Rodriguez is saying BA, which is Boeing, is running up $1.15. I'm telling you, this company is too valuable for our country to let it go. It opened at 164. It's up to 165.20 right now. So Boeing is moving there, and yeah, it does look pretty good to try to run up. And again, it was kind of bearish before, but they turned that thing right around real quick. And I was reading yesterday, what didn't they have layoffs or something they had, and it's back on. I don't remember what the heck it was, but anyway, it's looking much better, I must say. And Boeing is taking off a little bit. So there you go with them bad boys. And I would say we got everything. So thank you everyone for tuning in. Have a great day. Locking those profits. Let me know if you want to see anything. I'll be watching the market, and crypto looks a lot better. So I'll be keeping you updated. And there you go. So I'll talk to you everybody later. Let me know if you want to see anything. And again, just trade smart, lock in profits. And I'll see you guys later. Have a great day, everybody.